I've had a number of students ask how to do percent proportions that we did in class. So here's a quick video. Hopefully this explains a little bit more clearly, but I explain it the same way in class, but sometimes we just need a little bit of help. So if my math, well, let's take a look at the very top of the page here. This is the formula that we'll be using, and it's very simple. On the left side of the problem, we have the number from the problem that we have. On the right side, we have the percent from the problem. And the way we write it, well, then underneath the number from the problem is, what number is. That's going to be our answer. So our answer is always going to go in the bottom left. And on the right side on the bottom will always be the number 100. So if 20% of what number is 121, we need to set the problem up correctly. So the number from the problem is, let's do this in color here, is this number right here, 121. So the number from the problem will always go in the upper left-hand side. Then I take a look at the percent, and the percent is 20%. So I write my 20 here, and I will always have on the bottom 100. That will always be there. Now, as we look at this problem, we need to figure out if I can get from 20 to 121 through multiplication easily. And I know I can't because I do math on a daily basis. So the kids might have to go through and count by 20s, 40s, 60s, 80, 100, 120, 140. Oh, can't get there. So here's a nice little saying. If you can't multiply, you must, well, run out of room, simplify. So if you can't multiply, you must simplify. I can't multiply this. I cannot get from 20 to 121. So the first thing I showed the students is we can divide our percent side on the right hand side by 10 easily by just crossing out 1 0 on the 20 and 1 0 on the 100. Because 20 divided by 10 is 2 and 100 or divided by 10 is 10. So now I have a fraction of 2/10. 2/10, both 2 and 10 are even, so I have to now simplify. Because they're even, they're both divisible by 2. And that gives me, I'm going to write this over just below it, 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 10 divided by 2 is 5. Now this is easy. Now I have, if I were to rewrite the problem, let's see if I can move this all up here for a second. Nope, not so much. If I can, I'll rewrite the problem off here to the left just a little bit. I have 121 over a blank answer equals now 1 over 5. So 1 times what number gets me to 121? Well, that's 121. And now, because I multiplied 1 by 121 to get 121, I have to multiply the 5 times 121. So 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10. Put our 0, carry our 1. 5 times 1 is 5, plus the 1 is 6. So my answer is 605. So if I were to go back to my original problem, I could say 121 is 20% of 605. So that's how it's done. Every problem is set up the exact same way. Sometimes you'll be able to multiply from your percent over to the number in the problem. Sometimes you won't be able to. Sometimes the numbers are easy. Sometimes they're not so easy. This is where math kicks in. The students may have to, from time to time, list some multiples or do long division, but that's where the math part comes in. I hope that's helpful.